still chasing blood money, but we call it red cheddar. On that better crossed over 45. After about 3 years of listening to Larry Jones, my life changed. Let's go COs. Let's go COs. Let's go COs. Let's go COs.
Hey, goddamn, sleeping in the bitch house in New Jersey. Hey, we out here in motherfucking hood, man. With the motherfucking people, y'all. Fuck what you talking about. Oh, yeah.
At least you're
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh. Man, what's up? We are back. The most... What do we call this show nowadays?
Most hated, lied on.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers, the most hated, lied on. Spend whatever money at all costs to bring them down because ain't no motherfucking Backdoria up here in show. Anyway, yo, man, this is funny. What was y'all telling me earlier? Because I already knew this. Anyway, I just didn't have a word for it.
Oh, it's these bot sites, man. These bot attacks, you know.
But not just the sites. We were also reminding them that in chats, live chats, show
Those are night bots in the chat. In the chat is night bots, and the comments, is bots. You can program.
Explain what you're saying.
So you can go on bot sites, and you can pay to have 1,000 different accounts send you messages or variations of the same messages from a targeted demographic. You know, if say you pay for 1,000, 200 to come from black women between the ages of 15 and 25, and another 250 the messages will come from black women between the ages of 50 and 60, and then another 500 to come from young black males between the ages of 20 and 35, and then you can program it, you can customize it to leave messages at different variations, different times, like.
But make sure you explain, like, because some people don't even know what you talk about.
Yes, bot sites where they have
bot sites where people talking shit.
Yeah,
it looks like it's a person talking shit,
but it's a bot. Yeah.
It's a bot.
Right. So and when they stick it on your page, it could have certain keywords. Anytime you say "ant," or anytime you say "that's funny," or anytime you say "Backdoria," it'll leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be variations. It'll be 50 variations of the same comment. You know what I'm saying? So when you start seeing them types of tirades, these blitzkriegs of certain types of messages, that's all bots and night bots and people, you know.
And you can set stuff up where you can use on your sites, right?
Right.
You can set it up where you can avoid certain comments by hashtagging or making those particular words stand out. Like you could say, if any comment comes through that has this particular word in it, let's say, right? And then it won't even allow it.
And the idea,
go ahead.
And the idea is just to oversaturate somebody's timeline and messages to kind of try to take the wind out of the fan base. You know what I mean? People believe in shit that ain't really for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's a campaign, and like I said a couple weeks ago, it's called contextomy. It's political contextomy, where they take things out of context. They take the context away from something and isolate it.
So bottom line, the internet is going to shit.
It's been shit.
I'm talking about, like, there was a time where it was people talking shit. But now you telling me this ain't even nobody talking shit. This is a bot.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I've seen things where I'm like, is that a real girl talking? Because you can see when they talk, it looks delayed a little.
One comment. So you've been on the internet 11 years. You made one comment. That's a bot. You've been on the internet 2 years. You made 2 comments. That's a bot.
Well, that's why we spoke about it last year with YouTube was changing some things, remember? And that's part of that, where they're trying to crack down on even the ones where they just use a voice.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And it's just, they show the news, whatever, in the topic they're talking about, but the person does not exist. You don't even know what they look like. And they're trying to crack down on those.
Well, you know, it's like this. It's like I would say to Darlene, who I see they talking shit about you, they called you a racist.
Right? There's a guy who since like 2016, he has done nothing but that. It's his one, and you don't even see him. That's what I'm saying, a coward. He's got like a fake, like a little, thing for his little photo, what have you. And he's been on me since 2016, but he fell off and took like a 2 hours. I was like, oh, I exhausted him, I guess. And next thing you know, he's back. Now
Well, here's
he's
the
back
thing
at
about me. I would never say nothing to a man that I won't say to his face.
Right.
If I said something about you, that's because I know I'm willing to say it if you're standing in front of me. And I think we need to remember that code as we are watching what's happening out here. If you are around a man that you ain't never seen them before, when people are standing in front of him, he does not have the credibility to be taken seriously. Because sometimes you're going to go against somebody that might be bigger than you, somebody that might have a bigger army than you. See, once you reach a certain level of manhood, not only do you not fold, you just don't do whole shit because you be like, I can't even bring myself to do it. Like, for example, all of the sissies that's bringing up the BDF shit, you won't say that in a man's face because men will be like, okay, it's time to go off script because the script we running is to be safe. We want to be safe. We want to be in a situation where it ain't no drama. But some men, in your face, they antagonize you on purpose, which happened up here. One day when you went up here, it was somebody sitting in that seat, and I had to run up on them. It's more coming with that. I mean, we about to have some discovery done on everything we said about Cool Mo D. Cool Mo D will be discovered.
Downtown.
The fake story about taking motherfuckers out of school, trust me, that's gonna cost you. That's gonna cost you because we have proof that when we was talking shit about tampon, the next day he said, oh, somebody had to get taken out of school. They wasn't in school, dog. We already know it, dog. He's lying. But discovery will be made on all that. That's coming. Somebody said, Corey, address your arm injury. What arm injury?
You got hurt, we don't know.
I got hurt a couple of years ago. I broke both of my wrists. But anyway, here's what's up. This is the 5150 show. We talk shit for a living. Sometimes we bring on esteemed guests. Is that a word?
Steve, yeah.
What it mean? I just heard somebody else say it.
Somebody that got some status, some stature, something to talk about.
There it is.
Yeah.
We bring on our esteemed guests to join in on conversation, and I want my brother to come in and join in on the conversation after he hears for a minute, because I know he's gonna have some knowledge for him. I'm talking about some biblical knowledge and some knowledge from the motherfucking street. You know what I'm saying? But this is the point I'm trying to make as we start off the show, because I don't want people to be lost as they are talking to the enemy. And the enemy sometimes is somebody you're sleeping with. Yeah. It happens more than that. Most of the time, that movie, what was it called? Sleeping with the Enemy? This is the situation of most. And I just want to say, how can I put this? Dealing with women or dealing with a man who's always provoking you, you know what I mean when I say always provoking you? Somebody who's always poking at you. If you continue a relationship with somebody who's always poking at you, even though you might laugh it off and think it's a joke for a little while, but if somebody's always poking at you, that's deep-rooted trauma, hate, all that. And if you stay around them, especially after you hear this message, because after you hear the truth, I think that's when God holds you accountable, when you know better. After you hear the truth, you jammed up. So I'm telling you, if you're around somebody who's always provoking you or antagonizing you, if you stay with them, you're setting up a form of slavery in your life. Let me give an example. If you're around a woman that say, Craig, Darlene, or a man like this, if you're around a woman or a man anyway, who says to you, like Craig, you left a girl house and this is the girl you messing around with. Why you didn't call me when you get home? Do you look at that as a serious issue?
Yes.
Or is there somebody playing with you, acting like they care if you got home or not?
That's somebody trying to groom you to bow to an insecurity.
There's no future with a person like that.
Because the correct thing should be, I called you. Just want to let you know when you left, I called you to make sure you got home safe. Now, why didn't you call me? Well, bitch, what if something happened to me? Bitch, I couldn't call you. What if somebody, you know what I mean?
Good point.
Yeah, right. But it's always on me. That's a setup to groom you, to basically be someone's.
It's guiding you into slavery.
Right, yeah, for sure.
In my opinion. Darlene, what was you saying? There ain't no future with nobody like that?
No.
You got a man, and you just left his house after he got through with you. And he was like,
It wouldn't have made it to that. It just won't. It just won't happen. I know you guys like to tease me, like, oh, D, you know.
I'm just saying, like, if you leave a guy's house, and by the time you get home or the next day, why you didn't call me and tell me you made it home?
A guy saying that?
Yeah, there's some
Yeah.
weirdo guys out here.
Well, no. Like I said, I'm sorry. You're asking the wrong person because it just would not even happen. The moment I hear somebody talking like some stuff that I'm just not about, see, it's a huge difference. The people that I deal with, or that last long anyway with me, would be the opposite of that.
So what if you was out with a guy, Darlene, and some guy that you're dealing with says, I saw you out with a guy. Who was that? Are you supposed to answer that question?
Depends on what his position is with me. If I don't really care too much about him, and I knew he wasn't going to have like much of a future with me, I'd probably tell him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I most likely would tell him, and then, like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. See, he just showed me a behavior that I'm like, I'm not willing to deal with that. Like, but thank goodness you showed me up front, because it sounds like it's kind of early on. So I just don't have any time to.
So Craig, you out with a girl, and then some girl you messing with saw you out with the girl, and she says, "Who is that girl?" Are you supposed to answer that?
I mean, you know,
And it's just somebody you date.
no, if it's just somebody I'm dating, I'd say, I was out. Why didn't you come say something?
Oh, there you go.
Being covert doesn't really work with me because covert is weakness. If you can't acknowledge the way you feel because something makes you uncomfortable in the moment, then don't come to me later expecting me to bow to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't tell you to talk to me if you see me in public with somebody. So the fact that you taking the covert road, it's a setup.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know what filming or what. What was that?
Something else to be popping up during the show. It's normal. Huh?
Yeah, you just set me up for the kill. That's it. You just trying to
Text.
trying to see if I'm gonna lie because you got some information, or trying to see how much I'm gonna tell you. We already in the space where you're trying to get me. So I mean, you're not gonna work.
And you already in the space where you're trying to get me is a key word. We got the homie online. I'm gonna speak and then I'm gonna let him speak on it. My brother, he's been on the show before. Kyrie. Goddamn it. You all right? Can you hear us, brother? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you speak. After I speak. Unless you want to speak first on what you've heard so far.
I think it's great, man. When women question you like that, most definitely they're trying to groom you. And the grooming part is to lead you into a position where they able to son you. They try to treat you like a son. They want to control your movement.
D. And if somebody else want to come in, they can. But let me tell you something. If I'm not ready to die for you, you bugging me with everything you say to me. I'm talking about to the ladies that I deal with. There is a certain level you have to get to before you can ask me certain questions, because you just gonna bug me, and I'm gonna tell you I know you because I got another girl who live by you. You to stop by after I'm through. Because I have noticed when you tell the ladies the truth, they become enraged. There was this girl I know, and she was talking about this other girl that we both know. She saw me with. And I told her, just so I could see her reaction, I say, listen, that's somebody who I care about a lot, and I don't appreciate you talking about them like that. In fact, don't talk about them like that in front of me. This girl told me, don't ever speak to her and get the fuck away from her. And I knew she was going to do that when I told her that, which is why I told her that. Because I watched the reaction of the truth to a lot of the ladies who are nosy enough to get in my business.
Right.
When you tell them the truth, it turns into Frankenstein's monster. So I'm saying, like, whenever you get pressed like that in a situation that ain't important to you. Well, some guys feel like every girl they be with is important to them. They living in a fantasy, if you ask me. But you living this sinful life around people doing sinful things, it's impossible for you to keep everybody. So you might as well get rid of them with the truth. There's no way a girl should be asking me, Corey, I saw you with this girl. I'd be like, she have a big booty? Especially if the girl who asked me ain't got a big booty. Well, you see why I was with her. There's a way to deal with people. And the truth, head on, is a way to deal with them. Even though they're going to twist the truth, they're going to act like you didn't tell them the truth. I done had girls on the phone together. And one of them lied about what the other one said on the phone. So I don't expect a lot of sanity.
Now we want to know what it was.
It was about something that happens when you got more than one girl in your life. The details ain't got to be said. I'm saying like that. I'm not. Look, having more than one girl in your life, is that a sin?
No. But
It's not.
No, but it is. But it's wrong for the person to not be forthcoming from the jump.
What do you say, Kyrie?
Well, you know, the Bible, like I say, I'm an advocate for the scripture. If you look at ancient times, right, the kings, the prophets, they all had more than one wife, right? So there's nothing wrong with having more than one wife. The problem becomes when you're trying to have more than one wife and you're not able to provide for more than one wife. That's a law. In Exodus chapter 21, it said, if you take on another wife, your duties for the first wife should not be diminished. Now, I don't got to get the okay from no woman to have another wife. If you don't like it, I mean, you can leave. So, you know, that's how it is.
Exactly.
That's what I was saying. I know you know a lot about the scriptures, brother. That's why I like having you on, because there's a lot of women who say you are supposed to just be forthcoming and that's it. But it's not just forthcoming. You have to be able to take care of both of those women. Am I right?
Right.
If you can't take care of both of these women, you're in violation.
Right. But see, we living in a society where women have a safe place to land. And we living in a society where they cater to women, right? This is the only society where you have to be forthcoming with a woman. Even when you go, I think it's like 2 Samuel chapter 3, right? When David took on multiple wives, he didn't go tell his other wives, I'm about to take her as a wife. No, he brought her home and like, this is what it is, okay? Either you're going to get on board or don't get on board. You don't got to be part of the harem. You don't got to be part of the kingdom, but this is what I'm going to do.
But at least he did that. See, there's a lot of people that don't do that.
That do what?
That don't even do that. Bring them home. They'll have them at another house or another place or sneaking off to the side because they don't want the reaction from those other women. They want to keep them. So they're like, okay, but if I play them,
Castles are very expensive. So you don't four knuckleheads in a two-bedroom.
right, but you can at least tell them what's going on. So when you don't, that's playing somebody.
What the Bible say if one of the wives is a stud? What do it say about that?
I don't think they got scriptures about
studs in the Bible.
Hey, that's borderline backdooria.
Yeah, I mean, Joan of Arc didn't make the Bible. She was a stud, right?
Who?
Joan of Arc.
What?
She had to be, nigga. She wore armor and went on the battlefield. She had to be.
But, see, but there is a scripture say that a woman should not put on that which pertain to a man, and a man should not put on that which pertain to a woman. They are abominations. And anything that's an abomination is detestable. So I don't know anybody in their right mind that's thinking logical who want to deal with a stud. I mean, that's
right.
On tendency.
Well, you know why some guys deal with studs, because the studs bring girls home. And some guys get a kick out of that. But I could never get a kick out of if my woman picked a girl to bring home. My woman don't know who to pick. I bring girls wherever because of reasons I pick them. You can't pick a woman to bring to me and you my woman, but I will see what you got.
Right. But studs only exist because that used to be a way you could embarrass men. Like, there's another option. I'm dating something more manly than you. You're not the only fish in the sea. You know what I mean? That was, but, so, I mean.
But then they turn around and say, we understand what men go through.
Oh, that's a good point. I'm just saying, like, we in this society, what we can do is basically based off sucker shit. Like, we have situations in society now where people have you should never do type rules, and I don't understand these you should never do type rules. I mean, I've heard with me, there's drama with me in the news, like I'm some type of foul person for, the incident I had with on the meth side of the game. You know what I'm saying? But if you're in a situation in this society, because this society is different than society was 40 years ago. See, this society, well, I'll say even more. Let's say 50 years ago. There was a time where men, women would get married and have a family. And if it don't work out, the family would be in a disparaging way.
Right.
Now, they got it set up where men and women wind up hooking up, and even if you ain't married to her, you owe her money if things happen where she get pregnant, or if you have her living with you too long, or all kinds of things. See, there's a lot of curveballs in society that, in my opinion, has led to society being out of whack, where there might be a case where you have to defend yourself against all kinds of members of society.
Right.
I don't believe in the 1960s, 70s. The brothers and sisters would act the way we act today. Like, if you had a problem with one of your sisters, you would be like, hey, sister, now don't take advantage of your, you know what I'm saying, you being a woman, and everybody around her might tell her, girl, what is wrong with you acting like that with that man? Nowadays, it's not like that. Nowadays, I'm saying, I'm even guilty of this. We will not only attack the person we're at war with, we will attack anybody who with them.
Right. That's an agenda.
Because of society and what it has become. I want to be a better person when it comes to that. But I tell you what, if I'm at war with you, when we raid the castle, everybody might get it.
Right.
And I'm just saying this is a good thing for society to be this way. But what I'm saying is, if you don't know everything that happened, or whoop-de-woo, or even if you do know everything that happened, where is the chaos going to be fixed? Do we have to wait for Judgment Day? Because this leadership we under now, in my opinion, we all act insane. We all act the same. Most of us do things that we don't make a habit of, but we can go there. Because I done went there on a couple of occasions.
Right.
I done went there. Anybody got something to say about that?
I think it's a sign of the times too, though, because of the dynamics we're all dealing with. You know what I'm saying? None of this existed before. Oh my God.
Oh, you mean like the internet?
Yes. Yeah. And access to people and things, and that you can create stories and change narratives on things. I mean, it's wild. I think about it and even say, oh, I'm so glad that I hate to say it, that my grandpa and my dad are no longer with us, but I'm like, oh, he would have hated it.
It was a time when we seen everything. You know what I mean?
What you mean?
I mean, like, where it wasn't no rooms. It wasn't no door to shut. It wasn't no walls. From a baby till an adult, we saw it all. We saw our parents fucking. We saw our parents fight.
They gonna make a PDF.
I'm just saying, like,
lots about you.
Society has.
You in trouble, Craig. You to live with motherfuckers who don't know you.
So what I'm saying, I mean, we've seen everything. So whenever walls and doors and the ability to shut shit out came, this weird assumption that just because you can shut a door on something and can't see it means it ain't happening came into play, came into birth. So we used to see the good, the bad, the ugly. Now we just see what we want to see. So people get shocked when they hear things or see things that they couldn't shut the door on. They try to turn it into a non-truth because we've been taught that if we ignore things, or we what's the word for it? If we when you ignore something or ignore somebody, damn, and they right there, you like
they ugly.
Yeah, that's some funny shit. But we're under the assumption that since we can't shut the door on something, or the things that we see that we want to see, we act like they ain't real. You know what I'm saying? And it's the real that there are agendas out here, that there are people who will lie, cheat, steal, and do whatever they have to do.
Somebody in there said the land of anything go.
Yeah, I mean,
it can't be a good place to live if anything go.
Right.
Kyrie, what you got to say about it, bro?
But the problem, as you was talking about the 60s, that's where it all went to shit in the 60s, right? Mm-hmm. Let's deal with a few things. In the 60s, what you had the second wave of feminism. That's one thing. The second thing, Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Civil Rights, which ultimately led to the man out policy. So when you dealing with the second wave of feminism, right, and you dealing with getting a man out of the house, you end up with nothing but chaos. And this society has been driven by chaos because masculinity has been shut down. And anybody that dare to be masculine, they're going to try to tag you as being toxic. So when you got fathers who can't be fathers, can't, rule over their children, can't bring their children up in the way that they should go, and then you got a man who, has to submit himself to the government, to the court, in order to appease this woman. This is where we in it. It's out of order.
Invalidate is the word. Invalidate, stonewalling. Basically, when somebody's a target, or when you're trying to make somebody feel worthless, or like they don't have a place, or that what they're saying is not valid, you just act like they don't exist. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much what we do to truth these days. It's like, when people speak on truth, everybody's shocked because they can't shut the door on it no more. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the conversations and things that we've talked about on this show, the reason I'm Craig Facts is everything I talk about is based in the fact, and then we make a joke out of it. You know what I'm saying? So we don't just be on the show just saying wild ass shit for no reason. It all has context. So when the context is removed from a layered conversation, a multi-dimensional conversation, and is presented in the context of a narrative, the fact that most people don't understand that is crazy to me.
Well, shit. If you're dealing with bots and Backdoria, how do you think the world is going to function in a way where we can be productive? Bots and Backdoria. Just think about it.
Right.
You talking to a man, he might be a bot. You watching a video. Is that the video for real?
Right.
Look at what this world has been. It's not even real. Your eyes are seeing people talk that look human, but it ain't even a human being. It's a bot.
Right.
You got men who... How about this? I ain't want to say nothing about this, but I'm gonna say something about it. Dion Cole was talking, did a joke on on one of the award shows he was hosting. Well, he made a joke about Nicki Minaj, and people are sending him stuff talking about his deceased mom and how she should be dug up and all like that. I just never grew up in a time where you could do that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I never grew up in a time, and I never want to be part of a time where you can basically say stuff like that from a safe place.
It might be
When
over.
I grew up, people would come to your house.
It might be over, Corey. We just don't know yet.
What you mean when you say it's over?
I'm just saying all this shit, man, because information travels so fast, man. All the guys, man, came back and snatched motherfuckers and we don't know it. The Christ, Buddha, all came back and got their people, man, because the shit we watching on TV, how we know this shit didn't happen 2 years ago? This Iran shit, how we know this shit didn't happen in 2016? We don't know. It could already be over, dog, because the shit they tripping on now is almost comic book like.
They could make a video with somebody in Iran stood up and say you want to catch fade, and that ain't even what happened. That ain't
It
even
could
what happened.
already be over, man. I mean, shit.
You know, I'm gonna let Kyrie say something else because we gonna get back into the other shit. But what you got to say, Kai?
But at the end of the day, you know, you're dealing with a lot of biblical prophecies that's being fulfilled. I know a lot of people don't believe in the Bible because they think it's a white man book and they've been indoctrinated from a white man religion. But at the end of the day, biblical prophecies being fulfilled. Even when you go back to what Craig was saying about people don't want to hear the truth, that was one of the last days prophecies to be fulfilled. Where the scripture said he's going to turn away their ears from hearing the truth so they can hear what they want to hear. Because when they hear what they want to hear, it feel good to them, make them feel comfortable. But when you are convicted, that requires change, and people don't want to deal with change because of change requires work. So if I can stay here, stay complacent, and still get by, not doing nothing, not making no difference, then that's what I'm going to do. So you're seeing biblical prophecy being fulfilled right before our eyes. The wars, the rumor of wars, all this is Bible prophecy.
I agree. Look, and also what you want to hear is that's a drug. You know what I'm saying? When a decision you've made is confirmed, you know what I'm saying, your biology, you know, the neural pathways in your body, you know, they send a message to your brain to release dopamine and cortisone. These are things that make you feel good when something that you believe is confirmed. So it's actually a motherfucker getting a hit of themselves. It's like shooting heroin into you. Like, all that shit I said, I told you it was right about you, right? All that shit I said about Dion Cole, I told you I was right. And motherfuckers actually get a high from they guess being confirmed in some way. Even if it ain't real truth, it sounds like it might be true. So,
Yeah, that's the most dangerous. Even the Bible said there's a way that seemed right. That seemed right. It's not all the way right, but it seemed right. But the end of that is destruction. And so you see people destroying themselves.
Can you give an example of something that seemed right, but it's destruction?
Hell yes.
Can you think of something right off top?
You can. Let me
I
see.
mean, to put you on the spot, but I'm saying, like, we see so much stuff that seem right, but it's destruction.
Right. So even
When I take girls shopping with me at the places I shop, and I say, "Go get you a pair of pants." Now it's too late. It's supposed to be buying pants out of them. I bought this girl a pair of $600 pants, and I knew she was gonna bring them back and get that money. I knew it. And the lady at the store, they don't know. That's my homie. Like, yeah, she here getting that refund. I was like, get a bitch the refund. Is that an example of something that seems right, but you know it ain't right?
that can be, but if you're gonna bring it on a woman level, you could be dealing with a woman. She, as I said in my book, a lot of women would send their ambassador before their true self come, right? So they are seen like they on your team. They are seen like they are loyal to you. They seem like they submissive to you, but that's only to reel you in. right? So in the beginning stage, it seemed like she's a good one. You go, man, I think this is the right one. I think this is the right one. But soon you sign that contract, the monster come out of it. So there's a way that seemed right, but the end is destruction.
I get what you're saying, and I hate to say it, man. I think I'm broken because every time a girl is talking to me, I get mad. I'll be like, bitch, shut the fuck up. I know why I'm here. You finna get this do or another. I got a bitch told me just the other day, you know I ain't never been nowhere else but with you. Bitch, your pussy. And then the next day the bitch told me, fuck you, I'm coffee. I love it.